toughest part about dressing for an event or a special occasion, particularly around the holidays, is bridging that gap between dressing for the venue and for, being able to really feel and be part of that moment while still feeling and dressing like ourselves. Getting dressed for these special occasions and events should be fun. It should feel like an elevated version of ourselves, but it shouldn't feel like wearing a costume. So today I'm sharing some shopping and styling tips around event dressing so that you can show up to any special event, any occasion, and still feel like yourself. Consider this like the theory part of it, and then I've got another video for you where I'll take specific event scenarios, particularly around the holidays, and walk you through the styling of those outfits and why I chose different things. Event dressing can be a big problem for building a sustainable wardrobe because it's these items that we don't wear often. Rental is a really, really good option, but I also think it's good to curate a small section of your closet for events. If you like this idea of shopping your closet and figuring out how to build a sustainable wardrobe, then do hit subscribe because we're going to talk through all those looks in the next video. But you could also buy a ticket to my next live Shop Your Closet event. We are focusing on event dressing and coming up with outfit ideas for the holidays. So we do this by shopping the closets of 2 guests. So it's not my closet. You get to see different styles. We get to do some real-time styling on different people, different closets, different bodies. It's a lot of fun. So grab a ticket for that. But in the meantime, let's get on into it. My first tip might sound counterintuitive, but I swear it works. And that is to not shop around or for a specific event or occasion. Instead, if you see or find a piece that you absolutely love that is elevated and feels like you, then buy it. Even if you don't have an upcoming occasion for it. Keeping an eye out for these event pieces in your day-to-day is another piece of that whole idea of closet curation versus just constant shopping. When I think back on some of the pieces in my event collection that I wear over and over again, it's often the items that I bought when I had absolutely nowhere to go or no specific occasion to wear them. This wasn't always the case, don't get me wrong. I feel like we've all been there. We've all panic shopped for an event or an occasion. Over a decade ago, I was invited to a wedding in Australia, and I had this bright idea that I would buy my dress for the wedding in Australia. Silly idea, but I thought it was great. I thought it could be like a souvenir, it would be a good memory, and then I would know for sure I would be dressing for the environment. And I mean, I probably don't have to tell you how it turned out, but it ended up me doing a lot of frantic panic shopping. I ended up getting a dress that felt fine and okay, but it wasn't that memorable piece that I wanted it to be. In order to build a truly sustainable wardrobe, we have to be constant curators and not just shoppers. And I think this is especially important for event wear because we do, want it or not, put a lot of pressure on these specific occasions. My second tip is to ask yourself if you are a one-piece or a separates person, particularly when it comes to event dressing. This question of whether you prefer separates or one-pieces is a question that I ask all my clients, particularly if they're struggling to find their style, but it's especially important with event dressing, and you have to be so honest with yourself here. Make sure to separate and picture yourself at the event and how do you want to feel? Picture yourself getting ready for the event. Do you enjoy the process of mixing and matching and putting separates together, or do you just want it to be one and done? And then you've got to ask yourself, are you okay with repeating these one and dones and coming up with really creative ways to re-accessorize? Even if you could be a one and done or a one-piece person in your day-to-day, you might not be that person for occasion wear. So figuring that out is really important and is gonna sort of set you on the right path for both shopping and styling smarter for events. My third tip is to ask yourself, how do you want to feel at that event? I like this question because it recenters us and it still brings the focus into ourselves while still referencing our environment or that occasion. The point is, you will feel at ease and comfortable at whatever occasion you're attending if you are feeling good and at ease in your clothes and the outfit that you chose. I did not mean for that to rhyme. So center yourself first and be unapologetic about it. So how do you translate a feeling into a really cool outfit? Well, my friends, you came to the right place. I've been talking about it for the past 7 years. Elements of style. Things like texture, proportion, silhouette, color play, style mixing. These are elements of style and design that help you translate a mood, a vibe, an aesthetic into an actual outfit that feels intentional and still authentic to you. Say you're going to a party where you don't know a lot of people and you're feeling good about yourself. You want to stand out. You don't really want to blend in or be understated. Maybe you even want your outfit to be an excuse to start conversations. No shame, I've done that before, especially in places where I know I'm showing up alone. So ultimately, you know you want to feel, let's say, bold and confident, and maybe even like a little bit sassy. The next question is, what are the pieces in my closet that make me feel this way, that give off that energy? If you are someone who knows your style words or your style descriptors, Alison Bornstein talks about this a lot, so does Amy Smilovic from Tibby. It's always good to keep those in mind too, but I think a lot of us dress based on our mood, and that can be ever changing. So if I were to look at my closet, for example, and want to choose pieces that make me feel confident, bold, and sassy, I'm gonna want pieces that take up visual space. So maybe it's a dramatic, voluminous silhouette. Maybe it's a really bold and strong color pairing. Or is it a really loud and high contrasting color pairing? Maybe the silhouettes and the items themselves are really subtle in terms of their shape and volume, but maybe it's the color that packs a really big punch. So you see how looking at our clothes from this lens, from elements of art and design, instead of looking at our closet as like, oh, this old dress, it puts the power back into your hands to choose clothing that expresses who you are and who you want to show up as for any given moment. This way, you're not focusing on a specific piece to find or to have that perfect dress or the right top for this skirt. You're freeing yourself of so much pressure and instead allowing space for creativity and also for just who you are and who you want to be in that moment. Using elements of style like this and seeing your closet this way does take practice because it's a complete reframe of how we see clothes. It also goes against a lot of what we see in fashion publications and online, because a lot of times the ultimate goal of that media that we consume is to get us to shop more. So in perfect irony though, if you do want to learn about elements of style, I do have a course about it, but at least this way, if you're spending 20 bucks and you're shopping, at least you're getting knowledge and not something that you're adding to your closet that you might never wear again. You know? Thank you for allowing that shameless self-promotion. And with that, I'm gonna wrap up today's video. I'm actually really excited to style different looks for the holidays. I will have probably already filmed it by then, but you know, who knows? There's still time. Pop in the comments below if you have specific events that you would like me to come up with ideas for. I can always do this in shorts for you as well, or over on my IG, which you can find down below. I always love to know kind of what your pain points are and what you're struggling with, especially for event dressing. Because like, I'm not gonna say that we should just not pressure ourselves so much because we're human and, you know, we wanna look good and we wanna feel good. I think that's why recentering ourselves is so important. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you want to see that part 2 with a whole bunch of different looks and walking you through styling them. Don't forget also, I've got tickets to my live virtual Shop Your Closet. You can join from anywhere. You're not on camera, so you can just chill in your pajamas if you want. It's a lot of fun, and we are focusing on event and holiday dressing, so you'll get a ton of outfit ideas from that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be back with another slow fashion video. I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, afternoon, wherever you're at. Okay, ciao!